Well, I'm Claudia Blackburn. I'm the health director for Sedgwick County. I live in Wichita, Kansas, and I am 58 years old, and I am a heart disease survivor. You know, throughout my life, being healthy has been a priority for me. I mean, that's why I went into public health. I've never been an athlete, but I have exercised, done physical activity, and the last few years I've really ramped that up. And you know, I get up at 5:30 in the morning and I usually do an hour of some kind of workout. But looking back, you know, I didn't have a perfect diet. I grew up on chicken skin and chicken fat, and we didn't know back then that all those things were bad for us. As a family, I think we all kind of do our own thing when it comes to physical activity, but you know, my husband and I will go for a walk on a nice day, walk the dogs. I had not had any issues. About a year before, I was hiking in North Carolina. I kind of ran a mile up a mountain, stopped, and then passed out cold. So that was a little disconcerting. And when I got back to Wichita, I went to visit my doctor, and she did some tests, and all of my heart tests were normal. And sometimes I would lay in bed at night and I would tell my husband that I felt like my heart was kind of palpitating, and I think a lot of that was stress. But I never had any heart problems. I didn't have high blood pressure. It was September 11th and got ready for work, and I was giving a presentation to the Board of County Commissioners that morning, so I got dressed and went to the courthouse. Good morning, Commissioners and Board of Health members. I'm Claudia Blackburn, Sedgwick County Health Department. And then I got up there and I started giving my presentation, and I've presented to them, many, many times over the last 8.5 years. And I probably got about 60% of the way through and started feeling dizzy. And basically you said to Commissioners, I'm sorry, I am feeling really dizzy. And so I finally said, Commissioners, I'm really sorry, but I'm feeling dizzy. And I tried to get to a chair and I just passed out. I just collapsed. But then everybody came, and our communications director used to be an EMT, and I didn't know that. So she was there, and she just kept talking to me and saying, Claudia, Claudia, keep talking to me. And I just wanted to go to sleep. I was so embarrassed. I could not think of anything that would be worse than this for a health director. I mean, this was a career killer in my book. And then EMS was there, and they gave me some aspirin and did an EKG, and they thought I was having a right-sided STEMI, is what they called it, a right-sided heart attack. And I thought, I'm not having a heart attack. This must just be anxiety or something. I didn't know what it was. So then I got really scared because they thought I was having a heart attack. So they wheeled me out, and I remember as they were taking me out of the courthouse thinking, this might be it. It's just me and you, God. This might be it. And wow, this is really amazing. Got on the ambulance, and I was at the hospital in 1 minute. And I got into the emergency room, and they did a couple of EKGs and some stat lab, and they said everything looked fine. So then I felt really awful, like, what is wrong with me? I cannot believe all this production for me just getting a little dizzy and passing out. And it was probably 9:30 at night. The cardiologist came in, and she said, you're not gonna believe this, but your troponin level is elevated and you had a heart attack. And I'm like, no way. There's no way I had a heart attack. I mean, I felt fine. And I said, you need to repeat that test. That can't be right. So she did, and it was exactly the same. And she said, well, this changes everything. Our plans are completely different now. So she got me in the next morning at 9:30, and it's pretty quick. They get in there, they do it. She said, yep, you got an 80% blockage in your widowmaker artery, and I'm gonna stent it. And so she put a stent in, and she said everything else looked good, and so that was it. And all I could think of was a really, really good friend of mine that died when he was 40 of a blockage in his widowmaker artery. His heart basically imploded, and I just kept thinking about him and thinking how lucky I was. What this has done for me, it's reinforced that whole idea that we try to get across to people, that it's really about your health across your life, the life course approach, that everything you do related to your behavior, what you eat, how much you move, what kind of health practices you practice, brushing your teeth, going to the doctor regularly, going to the dentist regularly, all of those things over time have an effect on your health at any given point. So it's not like I can eat a horrible diet, not exercise at all, and then expect when I hit 50 that I can just reverse everything by changing my lifestyle. I look at it as a second chance to not put off the things that I want to do. There's some travel that we've wanted to do, and to relax. You know, none of us are going to be here forever, and life is to be enjoyed. The American Heart Association is an excellent organization to support because their involvement with heart disease is multifaceted. They're heavily involved with prevention and getting messages to the public about what we should be eating and about our physical activity level and about what kinds of tests we should get and when to seek care from the doctor. They do a lot of education with healthcare providers so that healthcare providers can be up on the latest diagnostic techniques and treatment therapies, and they also do a lot of research, which is so important. I would, give anything to know what was going on within my body at a higher level than I know now, and our tests only tell us so much. So any kind of research that can help us understand what's going on and detect heart disease earlier is great in my book.